call my show the Good Vibes Show. This is going to be the pilot episode. I'm going to test it out on you. Hey everyone, welcome to the Good Vibes Show. Today is a very, very special episode with a friend of mine who actually has passed away now. So this is a tribute episode to Adrian Howe, a songwriting friend of mine who actually helped me get started in making the show. So I wanted to let you know a little bit of background before we get started in it. It's taken me a little bit of time to edit this because of, obviously, it was pretty sad when he passed away and it was very sudden. So we recorded this late last year when I had this idea to start a show, and he did as well, and we both thought we'd help each other. And how I got to sort of know Adrian was through a group that he started called Discover Us, which was like a Spotify group where other musicians would meet each other, and he put all our songs on his playlist, and there was a lot of interaction in the group, and I met lots of other good musos through that group, which was awesome. And Adrian was very instrumental in helping people. Like, he was very helpful and very kind and very generous with his time. And he was also a very quirky person, and like we got along quite well writing songs together because he had some things that I never had, like some life experiences that I never had. And that was one of the things that helped us write songs together, because he would come over to my place or I would go to his place, and we lived about an hour away from each other. And it would take obviously an hour to drive there, so we'd make a whole day of it, right? And so I'd be there at his place for all day, or he'd be at my place for all day. And we try to smash out these songs to make, right, to try to write songs. And he would come over and would make a coffee, and he'd be sitting out on the veranda, and he'd just start telling me about what's been going on in his week and what's been happening in his life. And I just used to start writing it down because it was so amazing. And he had one song that we wrote together about this idea, and he said, I went to this cafe and, saw my ex-wife, and, she just flipped me the bird. Like, why did she have to do that? She didn't have to flip me the bird. We spent all this time together, and he's not in love with her or anything like that. Like, he's got a partner now who's, at this point he's had this other long-term partner, but he was like, why'd you have to do that? And I've never had those experiences in my life. Like, I've never had someone flip me the bird. Exactly that. But also, never had these relationships break down or things like that are so heartbreaking. And he had just such a quirky, funny way of talking about it, and we would write these songs together, and that one of the songs we wrote was called Why'd You Have to Flip Me the Bird, or I think we just called it The Bird or something. And so we would have, there was a lot of fun times together, and so that it was very hard to edit this episode because, obviously, after someone's passed away, it's hard. And also then after he passed away, I was like, I can't really make this show, I can't do that, I wasn't sure what to do. So I just kind of sat on it and just left it there, and I eventually, another friend helped me get started making the show. And he actually even mentioned to me, he said, why don't you just put that out there? Maybe his friends or family would like to see it. And I thought, okay, maybe they would. And so I want this to be a sincere thing. And so I've edited it up and I've put it, made it ready for you. So I hope you enjoy this. Adrian was a lovely person. It's such a shame that he died so suddenly. He died of a heart attack just randomly this year. And, so unexpectedly. And, I know that his partner and his family, like at his funeral, it was one of the most emotional funerals I've ever been to. He made a massive impact in the world. I don't want to, I might start crying now, because his funeral was so emotive, and he had such an impact on people in music. And to see that was, amazing. And I hope that wherever he is now, he knows that. But he was very supportive of people, and he didn't always get that support back. He was very supportive of people in the music industry that, he wanted to... His band's called the Oompah Roundabout, and you can check that out. So his music's still on Spotify, and you can find all that out. And that's a great thing when you pass away. You leave this legacy behind of stuff that you've made and the art that you've made. So I want this to be a tribute to him and to his personality. And if you're a fan of the Oompah Roundabout, he used to call himself the king of Grandad Pop. then this will give you a little insight into him, because we got in my show we get into the deeper, meaningful questions. I wanted to put this out there now to say thank you to Adrian, and to pay tribute to his music and to his passion for making music and getting into art. And he was a kind of person where, like, look, anyone can do this, and he just used to have a go and do it. And he invested a lot of effort and time and money into his passion, because he loved it, because he just loved doing it so much, and he was just loved doing it. So hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you. Hey everyone, welcome to the Good Vibes Show. My name's Marie Hopkinson. I'm a singer-songwriter, and today I'm joined by another awesome muso in my hometown, Perth, Adrian Howe from the Oompah Roundabout. Welcome, Adrian.
Thank you for having me, Marie.
Awesome. Well, what we're going to be...
what to say then?
That's all right.
That was the easy bit.
What we're going to be talking about today is Adrian's journey into music. We're going to be sharing you a song that we wrote together. Adrian and I have been working together recently, and we'll go into a little bit of a story about how we met and what Adrian's getting up to in the music world. So great to have you on the show today.
Oh, it's great to be here.
Awesome. Do you want to tell us a little bit about how you got into music?
I got into music back in start playing guitar when you're a child and that. But when I became a Beatle addict when I was about 6. And then I just had to learn guitar.
Yeah.
And then my first band, we were on the road at 17, and we about 1982, it was 82, and we did all around Perth, a lot of country work and stuff. First band was a local Rockingham band called The Effects, and that was about 1982 we started playing.
Yep.
And went right through the rest of the 80s, and then I've been in a 50s and 60s cover band, and
awesome.
It was, and I've been a mobile DJ.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, that's good.
So stuff. And then I was in a 50s 60s band in the 90s, and then I was a mobile DJ after that. Doing awesome. Weddings, parties. I did I haven't done a funeral. I did a divorce party.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it was a lot of man-hating women at this party. They were very good to me, but I kept playing Stand By Your Man by Tammy Wynette. And they said, don't play that song anymore, because it was a divorce party.
Yeah, right. Don't stand by your man, basically.
Stand by.
Right,
so
wow.
I did keep playing it all night. Just
to have a joke with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, awesome. And so tell us about what you're doing with your music at the moment.
I've set up a home studio, and I do all my own recording. I've had a couple of songs mixed in the UK and mastered at Abbey Road, so that was a good experience.
Wow. To
work with some cool people. And what else? So I'm just putting stuff out.
So these are writing your own songs, right?
Writing all my own stuff and then putting that out, and when I'm got time, really.
Yeah.
There's so much to do, isn't there?
Yeah.
When you're sort of an independent artist, you've got to write it, you've got to record it, you've got to film it.
Yes.
And then you've got to live as well. You've got to eat, and you've got to work and all those things. But I'm not complaining by any means. But there's a lot involved, you know. But I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way.
We're in Adrian's home studio at the moment. This is his. He's got a proper studio room. Well, he's got several studio rooms here, recording rooms. But he's also got this area here where you've done all this, decked this all out yourself.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's still it's a work in progress. I have a spurt of energy and do a bit of painting and stuff, and then I have a non-spurt of energy and don't do anything.
Yeah, this is great.
But it's coming together. It's well on its way now. It's much better, and so this is just behind the control room of the studio, and I've got a small live room as well with drums and stuff, and it's great. But you can play and jam any time of the night, morning, and not bother anyone.
That's good. So, every muso's dream.
Well, the police kept coming round, and I said, "Oh, look, it's just a couple of old geezers, pretending we're 18," and they said, "Oh, just turn it down." I said, "No worries." So I ended up actually building a proper studio, and it turned out good, you know.
Yeah, awesome.
And I'm in a duplex, and it still works.
Yeah,
so
right.
it's amazing what you can do.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to play one of Adrian's songs. He's got a lot of songs that you can find on Spotify, right?
Yep, on Spotify, Oompah Roundabout on Spotify, and Oompah Roundabout Official on Facebook, and Oompah Roundabout on Instagram and YouTube.
Yep.
Same.
Awesome. So we're going to play one of his songs. This has had a lot of positive response. It's called No Reply.
Yeah, it's had a good spin on Spotify, for me anyway.
Yeah,
you know,
it's awesome. Yeah.
and you're up against billions of people,
Yep.
famous people and people.
Yeah. So what's this song about?
Well, I actually wrote it with a lady called Casey Keys over in Queensland. She got in touch with me and asked me if I'd like to write something with her. I said, yeah, sure. And she said, I've got some lyrics. I said, send them over, and I'll do something with it,
Awesome.
you know. And that's what I come up with, and it was a good experience. The first time in ages that I'd worked with anyone else, so it was fun, you know.
Yeah,
and it's about Casey wrote the lyrics. I wrote the middle eight change bit, but she essentially wrote 95% of the lyrics, really. But it's about sending your stuff off to a radio station and getting no reply. You know,
Okay.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it seems to be working for you. This is one of your most popular songs. So
Yeah.
we're going to play that now. You can watch the video clip, and then we'll be back to talk to Adrian about his music and what inspires him, and some other really good stuff. You're watching the Good Vibes show, and don't go away. We're going to listen to Adrian's song. We'll be back like that.
I tried to get onto the radio, yes I did. Everything just seemed no show. What is it with this mental click? What a click. Boy, it really makes me sick.
Awesome. Well, great to be back with you. That was a great tune. Thanks for sharing that with us.
It goes all right, and it was like it was a good experience. Couldn't get it out. It was a good experience working because in that way, because like we're working together on a couple of tracks. It's not just what you want. Then you've got to consider the other person, which is a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's a positive. It helps you expand, you know. So it was really good experience, and Casey gave me a free hand, you know, really. But we did discuss to and fro on Messenger, which is great. It's great to be able to, you know, have to pay $3 million for a phone call these days, do you?
Yeah.
Like before mobiles came in, you know. Well, I can't ring England or Sydney or whatever. It's going to be $1 million, you know.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Now
these
you can
days,
just
isn't it?
messenger or talk on Messenger.
Yeah.
It's great, you know.
Great. Okay. And so maybe you can tell us a little bit about like what's the purpose of music in your life? Like, what do you think it does for you?
Oh, it's besides my partner, it's the biggest joy. It's just like sort of constant, you know. It doesn't matter if you're down, you can pick up your guitar and play and cheer yourself up, or you can put the Beatles on; they'll cheer you up too. You know, for me. And if you're happy, you just get even happier, you know. So it's a win-win, you know. It's a constant. It's like having a mate, having your guitar, and it doesn't matter what level you're at. It's not about how technical you are, or it's just about enjoying picking it up and having a play, and getting lost in that if you're a bit flat, feeling a bit flat, or not, you know.
Okay,
Yeah,
awesome.
it's totally important for me, yeah.
Yeah. And what do you think helps you write songs? Like, what inspires you to write songs? Do you have any special little tricks or tips that you have that you think, oh, this is my little... You don't have to give away your secret sauce. But
No, well, there's no secret really. For me, it's my strong point is probably melody. You know, that's what I think anyway. So I can come up with a melody for some reason just like that, that seems okay to me. So I quickly get my iPad and record that and sing dribble, really gibberish, And then if I can come up with one word or one line, then I can go, But if I struggle to find that one word or line, then it's a bit of I have to actually think, which is a bit hard for me.
So it's
Gives
more the
me a
melody.
headache.
The melody comes to you first.
Melody,
the song
all
itself.
the time, and then that
Awesome.
inspires the rest of it. If it's a sad sort of thing, then it's a breakup song, or someone's got murdered or something.
Have you got songs about murder?
No, I haven't.
Maybe one to the fire.
No, I don't think I have. No, I haven't. But yeah, it can be. And sometimes it could be. A line that comes to mind, and then I'll quickly grab the guitar, and then I don't seem to have a problem with melody.
Yeah, awesome.
Which has been really handy. I've got so many backlog of gibberish singing melodies, to fall back on.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
good.
that's what I liked about working with you, because I tend to come up with the lyrics
Yeah,
first, and then
I
all
mean-
the songs sound the same after a while if you don't have any other influence.
Well, I mean,
So
we
that
got
was good.
together to write a song, and you said, "What about if we write two?" I said, "Oh, okay." And I'm thinking, when I turned up at your place, I had a bit of an idea for the one
Yep.
that we'll probably do today, and then you slipped off for a quick tinkle, and I was
As you
sat
do.
at the front under the patio thinking, I can't think of anything. By the time you got back, I had a whole melody.
Yeah.
And I was as surprised as anyone at that, because I had absolutely nothing I could think of. I could have found one on my iPad, but I thought, no, I'll try and come up with something, fresh from my point of view. And yeah, I did, and I was shocked, because it was literally 5 minutes, wasn't it?
Yep.
From the time
Yeah,
you
yeah.
walked off.
Well, I didn't know you didn't have anything, and
That's a long
often I
tinkle, but
don't have
yeah.
anything either. Like, I've booked time at the studio to write to make new songs, and I haven't written them
And
till
you've
the night
gone in.
before.
That's ballsy with a low
Well, I kind of need the pressure.
budget. Yeah, but yeah, it does.
The pressure makes diamonds. So if that's true, I think it can make a good song.
I think it can be. It can be that maybe that you. That moment I didn't feel pressure. I just thought, well, it's no pressure. I've got plenty to fall back on that we could have used. Put a lyric to. But yeah. But I thought, I'll see what I can come up with. I just strummed around, and by the time we got back, I think I had a sort of verse melody and a bit of a change,
Yeah.
and we went from there, didn't we? And
Yeah, and I think I wrote that song out of you were telling me about your experience about your your partner and different things that had happened in the past.
ex-partner, yeah,
Not
yeah.
your partner now, but
Yeah, yeah.
and I was
many
like, let's
people
write a
have
song
had
about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a bit of a cliche, but it's a major thing in everyone's life, whether you're male, female, transsexual, gay. It doesn't matter. We've all had partner loss, or most of us have. So although it's a bit of a cliche, it's a good one, because it means something to everyone.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
I think so, and that's what this song's about. We called it "I'm Moving On."
Yeah.
I'm moving on, and that line in the song that we come up with, "I'll buy a new dog."
Yeah.
I said, let's use that line, because that's what Adrian had told me. He said, my partner took everything. She even took my dog. And I was like, okay, buy a new dog.
So I had to end up buying a new dog.
And I'm sure that if you've had that situation, maybe put it in the comments below. You don't have to say your ex-partner's name, but if you can relate to that, and you think, mate, my partner took everything from me, even my dog, or even something you really liked a lot or something. Put that in the comments and let us know. That.
In fairness to her, the dog was getting on, and he had about a year left, but I mean, it was
Still
just
was,
agreed I would have the dog.
Yeah,
and I
right.
didn't get the dog.
All right, well, we're going to play this song.
yeah.
Adrian's going to play the guitar. That's the other good thing for me about working with someone else, is I don't have to play the guitar. I get a holiday from that. So we're going to play this song
Fine
for
on
you.
the guitar.
I'm not very good on the guitar.
Oh, look, I'm not great either. But you don't have to be. You just have to be as good as what you are. And have fun. That's what it's all about. isn't it?
Exactly. All right. So this song's called "I'm Moving On," and I hope you enjoy it. Why can't I cold heart still. My heart went cold the day you told me you were gone. I wanna cry. We both said lies. I'm way too old to be controlled by your duplicitous ways. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'll find you, dog. I'm moving on. Try to let go. You wouldn't know how much my heart was torn apart from the words that you said. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'll find you, dog. I'm moving on. All this time I thought I knew the person that you were was true. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'll find you, dog. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'll find you, dog. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. I'm moving. Wow, that was so great. Thanks for sharing that song with everyone.
We haven't played it for ages, have
Yeah,
we? Like,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
seems like ages.
Well, it's a new song that we wrote, but we haven't got together for a little while.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's
And
great
we
to
sort
kind of yeah.
worked on it. So it's good fun trying to learn it, actually, while we were doing it.
share it with everyone. So that's great, Adrian.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing some of your music with us, with my fans and people that know me. You can go and check out Adrian's stuff on Spotify, Oompah Roundabout,
Yep.
and he's on iTunes and different places like
Yeah,
that.
all the download places
All the
and
places.
streaming places, whatever you prefer,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. And Adrian does a lot of his own music video clips, and
Yeah.
he's got really great way of editing and doing quirky
Yeah, a bit
things with that. You can check
crazy,
out his
yeah.
stuff on Instagram, the Oompah Roundabout.
Yep.
On Instagram.
Instagram,
And so maybe just before we go, you could tell us a little bit more about your music. I want to ask you something about what inspires you to. I know you said you get inspired when you write songs
Yep.
to do the music first, but what inspires you to write songs? Like why bother writing songs? You know.
I think it's an addiction. I just like. I think music in general is a good, healthy addiction. You know,
Yeah.
not all addictions are bad, and that's
Yeah.
one that is good.
Yep.
And I just love it. I know it's a bad answer, but
It's not a bad answer.
well, you know what
It's
I
your
mean.
own
It's
answer,
a
yeah.
straight answer, but I mean a basic answer. But there's nothing else. It's just grabbed me when I was younger, and
Yep.
I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, there's no better addiction
It
than something
is
positive
great,
like
isn't it?
music.
It's great. It's like having a friend, you know, without sounding too corny. It is,
Yeah.
you know, if you're on your own or
Yeah.
not, it's great at any time,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. I always find when I travel, I miss my guitar.
Yeah.
Like, even so much that I've bought, when I went to Sydney once, I just bought another guitar.
Just
Because I was feeling lonely without it.
Every time I go to Bali, because you can get a guitar over there, acoustic guitar for $100, you know,
Yeah.
thereabouts. And I've got that many
Yeah.
$100 guitars.
Just buy more.
Yeah.
What a great one.
I'll get over there.
Yeah.
Oh, gee, I wish I could have a little play.
Yeah.
Sit, you know, beautiful evening and
Yeah.
having a cuppa,
Yeah.
sitting on your veranda, you know, in your hotel and that. And so I usually go to Mata Hari's or wherever and grab one, you know.
Yeah.
Bugger it,
Awesome.
you know, spoils. It's only $100. I've given a few away
Yeah.
when I've gotten home, you know. So because you end up with too many.
Yep. Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah.
You go away and after about 2 days, oh, something
Yeah.
missing.
Awesome.
know,
Well, thank you
it's
so
good.
much for sharing your music with us.
Thanks for having me
And,
on. It's great. It's
Awesome.
great.
So we'll be working on this song, and hopefully you'll see that on Spotify and stuff soon.
Yeah, and
No
I'll
pressure.
learn it. I'll learn it.
It's hard when you write your own songs and you forget how they go, isn't it? Like that
Oh,
happens
look.
to me
Well,
too.
there's that many go. I think you tend to be working on so many. Like there's a couple
Mm.
that we're working on. You've got stuff you're working on for yourself.
Yeah.
So have I. I've got another young bloke that I know and work with, and he wanted to write a song for his new girlfriend. So
Oh, awesome.
yeah, and he came up with some lyrics, so we're working on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Just
that's great.
it's not going to be released or anything, but I still want to do it. It's
Yeah.
nice for
Well, that's
him, you
lovely.
know. So yeah, and he's a good friend, and he's dead excited about that relationship. So yeah, he's written
Yeah.
some nice words. He stole some words off James Blunt. And
Did
that.
he?
But it's all right because it's not going out. So.
Okay, it's just
But
for
the
her, a
tune's
private
original.
song.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Okay.
so yeah, you've got
Fantastic.
so much going on. I guess that's what I'm trying to say,
Yeah.
and I didn't practice it.
It's all good. We
That's the real
didn't
reason.
notice. No worries. All right. Thanks very much, Adrian.
Thank you.
And I'll
Thanks,
see you guys
everyone.
again
Thank you.
on the next episode of The Good Vibes Show. Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
See ya. Thank you.
And a news flash, it's been reported that the world is feeling nothing but good vibes for the first time in world history.
All right, great. Let's just do a screenshot. So if you look into my thing,
Yeah.
so this is be for the YouTube. Oh, you look like you're playing the classical guitar there. Just sit normal, like there you go. So we'll
Sit
look
normal.
straight to my camera. Look at one of those three dots there,
Yeah.
and just do a still. Great, that'll do. Awesome. Okay, well, let's do that on yours as well, just in case you need that. It's easier to do. Do you do this when you do your YouTubes? Do you do that? That's how I make my.
I
At
hate
the end
my-
of the thing, I always do the stills now, because when you're doing a YouTube,
That's
you're
a good
looking for your
idea.
cover thing, and
Yeah,
it just
yeah,
saves you the
yeah,
time
yeah,
of going
yeah,
through
what's
something
the
that's
name?
like all
Thumbnail.
moving around. Yeah, the thumbnail.
Yeah.
So this is the thumbnail. Like. There you go.
I hate my smile. I struggle to show my
just
teeth.
don't do that sort of smile. Just look like you're playing something. No, that's a.
Let's do like something stupid, like arms.
No, I reckon this is like.
Well, we'll do what we can use, and then
I
then we'll go
I wouldn't put something where you got a funny.
arms and
That's like
arms in the air, right?
No,
Here we go.
No, I'm put my arms behind my back because they're too far.
Well, they used to say if your arms in
No,
the
that's
air,
it.
you're out of control. Ready?
Okay.
Go.
Oh, not doing that.